Hey guys, what's up? Um, I guess some guy named Bunda said he wanted me to post more deck profiles for Panini, and I said screw it because I got nothing better to do today. So today I decided to share my Blue Piccolo deck list. Hopefully not a net deck. I mean, I know Blue Piccolo is really popular or was popular, but this is my version that I took to the Virginia Regional, and I ran something similar to this at Gencon. At Gencon, I went 6-2 and went to 22nd place overall. Unfortunately, Virginia, um, I went 5-3. I faced 5 Black Krillins that day, and I lost to all 3 Black Krillins, and all 3 Black Krillins topped. That deck is this deck's worst matchup. But otherwise, this deck is really cool. Sorry for the glare, by the way. I have my flash on so you can see the cards clearly. Let me go through the deck and explain my choices. But this is, Piccolo Blue. We'll start with defense. Blue Narrowscape, pretty much a standard in a deck like this. I don't run that many energy combat cards, but it has a lot of endurance, which I like, and it can recur stuff. Blue Barrier, I think it's kind of a staple in this meta. The Ginyu matchup is really scary, and having it as an out is crazy. It can change entire combats. If a Ginyu player thinks, or if an ally deck thinks that they can just enter combat and bash it with allies, if you stop their energy with that, discards it, screws up their whole game plan. Blue defensive stance. The blue guard errata happened pretty much the day before Virginia, and I decided I didn't like the card that much to begin with because it just like a vanilla card in general, just stops an energy. I mean, yeah, you can pitch it with the mastery or Piccolo's power to draw a card, but blue defensive stance has endurance, and it also can help raise or lower a player's anger 1 level, which works pretty well with other cards in the deck. And I liked it a lot. It actually won me a lot of games in Virginia. I'll explain why soon. Blue Precarious defense, sorry for the glare. I run 3 of those. It helps. This deck's more control deck, so I pretty much, if I have to keep passing and, clear their board and build my board up, it's good. I can use it as a defense. I can mastery it. Blue Wrist Block, again, I chose this over Blue Arm Blast because of the non-combat tech. Sorry, the setup or drill tech. Yeah, I'm afraid of Turles. Like if Turles attacks, make a block and discard their drills, setups, whatever I have to do. It worked okay. I mean, Blue Arm Blast is also a good choice. 50-50. You can switch it out if you wanted to. I almost did. And of course, time, staple. Blue Fear, run 3 of them. Again, I wanted to go as many criticals as possible, as many techie cards as possible to discard. Setups, drills, control setups, drills, discard allies, crit allies, capture Dragon Balls. Blue Betrayal also to clear allies, setups, drills, whatever I have to do. Thank you, Alec Rudin, by the way, for these sexy alt-art Blue Betrayals. Yes, they are very sexy in the light. So again, as you can see right now, I pretty much have a lot of tech against the board and so forth. Blue Takedown times 3. I think the card is broken. I think it's a little bit overpowered because, I mean, it's unstoppable pretty much in terms of knocking your opponent down a level. It's broken because with cards like Blue Defensive Stance, you can stop an energy, raise their anger 1 at level 2 or level 3, level 4, and then use that to drop them. You can use the mastery, stop an attack, raise their anger 1, and then drop them a level. So it's really good. Plus, it helps me. This card, I run 3 because against any other dominance deck, like even Phil McGrath's build, which is not a Dragon Ball deck, it's pretty much a beatdown type control deck. They attack me, I'm going to master them, and I'm going to use Blue Takedown and drop them a level. That's why I run 3. I think you have to run 3 in this deck to keep decks in check, so they don't stay at level 2. They can't camp at level 2, level 3, level 4. It also works really well against Orange Goku. Drops him a level. Blue Head Knock, times 3, of course. It has endurance. I need endurance. It has damage output, and it keeps anger in check. Helps against Scarlet Jr. quite substantially. Blue Neck Beam, I run times 3 because it also acts as a physical defense that I can pitch to gain 4 stages, but also my only real out against Black Krillin, Orange Krillin, whatever I have to do, just hit him with that and then knock him up a level. I pretty much, you know, I don't really have an out against Black Krillin except maybe to attrition out on them and get lucky. But again, I went heavy anger and level manipulation in this deck, and it worked pretty well. 2 overpowering attacks because I run allies and it does a lot of damage. And blue double blast, card's really good. Does a lot of damage. I run this over any other big blue energy combat card because it is not banished after use. I would run the other ones if they were not banished after use, but I won a lot of games by recurring this card with positioning drill and then using my power, draw back to my hand, use it again. I won some games by beatdown, actually. This deck's not even a beatdown deck, but I won some games just by random, you know, head knocking, Piccolo 1, Piccolo 2, use this, and so forth. So I do have an out. If I am really desperate, I can win by beatdown. If my opponent does not keep defense in their hand. And, of course, Blue Terror. Again, this deck's worth like $1,000 because this is the non-foil Blue Terror. These are the alt art Blue Betrayals. I spent all this money, but the deck pretty much sucks, I guess. So, but whatever. At least it still looks good, right? So, and of course, all 7 Dragon Balls because I love running all 7 Dragon Balls in my decks. If you see other decks on my channel, you notice that I run pretty much 7 Dragon Balls in all the decks. I'm going to try to get away from that habit. Just a bad habit for now. But in blue, I say that they're necessary because, again, it's not the main win condition of the deck. It's just an alternate win condition. The main win condition of the deck is pretty much like attrition. Just stall out and, you know, mill them to death. Maybe ping them 1 or 2 times with an attack and just win out. And if they want to be passive too, I just play Dragon Balls and win by that way. And of course, with Kami ally, which helps do that with both victories. I can win by attrition with that. I can ball out with Kami. Roshi stops other types of decks like Captain Ginyu from searching out. It helps a lot. It helps a lot against the Namekian, which should be this deck's kind of bad matchup, but I am like 90-10 with Namekian, any Namekian, because Roshi stops a lot of their stuff like overtime and anything else they may have. Oolong, you might think I'm crazy for running this in a Dragon Ball deck, but against the Namekian, it is crucial. If I'm at level 2, I don't want them to play 2-ball against me. I play Oolong and make sure I'll keep a overpower attack in my hand so that they can't 2-ball me or you know, kill Oolong and try to 2-ball me. These 3 allies are really great. I don't run Bulma because I figured just screw it, and I didn't have room, and it wasn't working that well in testing, so these 3 made the cut. 3 dominance, of course, staple. You already know what that does. The drill package that I ran were mental drill to see what's in my opponent's hand. A lot of information. It's really good. Blue positioning drill, again, standard. And 2 lookout drills to prevent corruption and anything else that's scary. Oh, I forgot to mention I had Dragon Radar, of course. Dragon Ball package. 3 blue tricks. Dragon Ball package. It has endurance. Helps a lot against the Namekian. And if I'm desperate, I can ball out at the end of the game if I have to. 2 visiting the past, staple, and blue key buildup, because it's just an out, just, you know, just scare my opponent to keep. I mean, if you have this on the board, your opponent kind of has to keep energy defense in their hand and clog their hand with defense for fear of this popping off on them. So if they keep defense in their hand, they're not going to keep that many attacks in hand, hopefully, so this deck can stall out and win by Dragon Ball victory if I have to. Otherwise, that's the deck. I mean, the deck has done pretty well. I ran something different than this at Gencon, actually. The deck wasn't exactly like this. I ran Blue Guards instead. It didn't run Blue Fear, which I fucking regret. I wish I ran this deck at Gencon, because at the time, Blue Piccolo wasn't really that big until Phil had won and caused a shift in the meta. I don't run this anymore. I'm pretty much retired this deck because of Black Krillin. This deck just, it can beat Black Krillin, but it's got like a 20% chance. Got to get lucky. It depends on the matchup and the deck that they run. But otherwise, the deck is really good. I love this deck, but I'm going to try other things now. So I decided to share it with you guys. Hopefully this is something a little bit different from the norm. Hope you enjoy, and I'll see you again for my next deck profile. I don't know what it will be. I was going to do Red Nail, but my friend took Red Nail to Kansas City Regional yesterday and went 17th seed out of 192 players. Yes, 17th. I'm not going to share that deck yet because he might run it in New York or another regional, but eventually maybe I'll share that deck. Otherwise, here's Blue Piccolo, and I'll see you next time.